Hey everybody, welcome to this Board Game Life episode number 127 titled GenCon 2026, The Aftermath. This is the show about games, board games, tabletop games, card games, miniatures games, any other thing that we want to talk about. I'm one of your fine hosts for today. My name is Rob, and with me as always, somewhere depending on the format you're looking at, is my good buddy Mark. It's either that way, or that way.
Hey everybody, how's it going out there in gaming world? Woo.
Yes, it's a small world after all, a small gaming world after all, because a lot of the gaming world descended upon Indianapolis last week. And here we are in the aftermath.
Mhm.
Wallets lighter. Some folks are a little moister.
I didn't even attend, and my wallet is actually still lighter. How'd that happen?
But we could probably say it's not as light as it would have been. Well, no,
that's true.
It's lighter than it would have been. It's a whole different story. Anyway, let's get rolling with the show. Make sure to check us out on YouTube. We've got a ton of content out there. Our podcast, our audio podcast. We've got unboxings, playthroughs, reviews, mailbags, tons of stuff out there. Make sure to like and subscribe. That's a great way to support the channel. And you find out about when the latest stuff drops, which is pretty much every day. We've got a ton of stuff, and actually here we've got a big backlog of stuff, so we're actually going to possibly be dropping 2 things a day once in a while. Shall see.
It may happen, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
because once we start pushing 2 months out, we might want to drop some stuff earlier. Or maybe staggered at least. Like, do a midday and then a late afternoon drop or something.
You never know.
Yeah,
we had a morning drop, and now this podcast will drop this evening. So
yeah, absolutely. And then again
tomorrow,
shortly after. Yeah.
So yeah, we typically push out a new video about 10 a.m. Pacific time, noon Central time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So that's our typical YouTube drop, and then we'll randomly drop some other stuff. So hit that bell icon, and that way you'll know when we be dropping stuff. Because we got a backlog here. We may have to shift to multiple times a day just to get it out there.
Like to drop it while it's hot.
Especially like,
isn't that a song?
Like this, it just arrived today, and I recorded a video, and it's like, do I want to wait 2 weeks to get Night at the Zoo unboxing video out there? Not really.
No, I think that gets the
GenCon
46. Some quality of service, technical stuff. Maybe some of you got it. It's not default.
Exactly.
Priority 1. Anyway, so let's talk about what we've gotten to the table lately. Out at GenCon, oddly enough, I didn't play anything new.
That's crazy.
It was a strange GenCon all the way around, but I
wasn't there.
I know.
You can admit it.
Yep.
You can tell the masses.
Yeah. We got Magical Athlete, a bunch of games of that, a bunch of games of Escape, Curse of the Temple. I was somehow trying to say Escape and Curse at the same time. And so that was pretty fun. That's always a good game.
It's a stressful game.
Yeah, it is.
And how long is it? 10 minutes? What is it, like a 10-minute?
10-minute. Yeah, each game is 10 minutes. We did kind of like when you and I played it, the first game wound up being a non-timed, and everybody just kind of did their thing just to get used to things. And then every game afterwards, because it was 4-player, every game afterwards was really loud.
And stressful.
So, yeah. I need a gold die. I need a gold die. Here, come here, come here, come here. Help me. I'm locked. I'm locked.
Was that the gong? Was that the gong? Run!
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a fun game. Definitely a fun game. And then we played Terraforming Mars. Is our buddy Franco, friend of the show. He purchased this upgrade kit that had these huge playmats to replace the board. So we played Terraforming Mars. So that was a lot of fun too.
cool.
And there was something else that we played, and I was racking my brain all day for it, and I can't remember what it was. There was something, and what really bugs me about it is that I won 2 of the games.
Oh, see, that's why you gotta record those stats, man. BG stats.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's what I have to do. I pull it up when I'm prepping the show here. It's like, okay, that's how I know what I played. I have to look back because I would never remember.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, maybe I'll start doing that. That's probably a good idea. But
I think it's fun to track what you played. Not so much like wins or losses or anything, but I mean, I do track like my scores. Yeah, but it is nice. Like I can go back and like in that app, the BG Stats app, you can go, hey, you can pull up one of those like, what do they call them? Info tables or infographics of their month, and it's like it shows you in a nice little infographic like the games you played, how many hours.
I do like that. That is cool.
Who's your top designer that you played that month, things like that.
Yeah.
So plus you remember what you played.
Yeah.
So
remembering details is not a forte of the old guys like us.
Yeah.
Or me, at least.
So that's how I know, like, how much did I play every year? So I can say, like, I think I do have it just this year. I've got 223 plays just this year so far. So,
wow.
But
yeah, that's another cool thing. It counts annually. How do you think you're gonna be? Just curious for the year.
I think it's gonna be probably my slowest year, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm only at 223 and it's already August, so I should get into the 300s, but we'll see. Well, it has been a slow summer.
Or you can just start playing Escape Curse of the Temple.
Yeah. Play that and track each individual 10-minute game.
Yep. But that's a lot of gaming.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stress.
Yeah. My heart couldn't handle it.
Actually, I guess at some point you'd probably get really good at it.
I would say it's probably the most stressful 10 minutes of gaming.
Yeah.
All right. So
what'd you play?
I did get some stuff played. We got back to, my little group and I got back to Pandemic Legacy Season 2. And I'm so happy to report we have turned it around. We took a big break. Like April. We played it in April. We just got our keysters handed to us. So we hadn't played it again until here the end of July. And we finally got back and we won like 3 games in a row. It's like, okay, I think we finally figured this thing out. We're making, we were just being so conservative at the start with our characters. And I think you really can't. You really can't take that conservative avenue towards it. You got to be willing to lose your character and start over with a new one. But we are on a win streak there. I think we've got 3 more months to complete the game. So maybe 4, but 1 more get together and I think we'll probably be done with season 2. Then I got to play Sniper Elite, the board game. So played this twice just this last Wednesday. The first game I was the sniper. And I'll tell you what, man, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the game. I love the video game. Like it is like one of my favorite video games of all time.
Yep.
Playing as the sniper is so fun. It is. You will have stress and anxiety, and but I at like one point they had me almost surrounded, um, and I was able to sneak by, and they didn't know that I had snuck by, and
Okay.
I made a mistake at the end. I think I was really close to winning, but they had like one guy in my way, and I shot him. But then they they figured out where I was, and they took me out. Like boom, boom. Had I used like I had a rock left, I should have thrown the rock. They still would have known that I had gotten past them, but they wouldn't have known exactly where I was. And I think I
Is
might
that
have
like
been
a
able to complete.
distraction?
It is a
Is
distraction. Yeah, it would
okay.
have sent a guy, would have moved. I could have moved a guy a couple squares away, basically, to get past him. And so I, again, first time playing it though, and I almost pulled it off. So then we had someone else play, and I became one of the soldiers, and it was crazy because at one point we had this guy trapped in the building, and it's like we knew it, but we couldn't like just it was a bigger building, we couldn't quite find him, and
Okay.
he ended up one of the people's like, well, I'm gonna go out here and check, and I'm like, and myself and another player are like, no, no, you're gonna let him out of the building, and that's exactly what happened. So the sniper got out and won the game, because they went off to their next objective. So
Sniper no sniping.
it is hard. I think the game is really. I think it's harder. You would think because it's a 1v3 game. You would think it would be really harder for the sniper because it's you got three players against you. Each one of them has three soldiers that they can move and manipulate and move around. Um, they can't move all three in a turn. They can only do like two max, or they would move
Okay.
nobody, and then they can do this intel check to find out if you're in that like that sector. But I think I think I found it easier for the sniper. I think if you're very cautious, which I screwed up at the end. I was very good sneaking around to begin with. And even though they knew where I was avoiding them. But at the end, I made a mistake. And, I would have pulled it off. And just like the second guy, we had him basically trapped. We just knew he was there. We just didn't know where. We were trying to find him. And so I really think it actually, it's easier to play as the sniper because plus the sniper, you know where everyone's at. um, as the soldier, you have no idea where this guy, and you're trying to, you know that the sniper can only do so much. If they don't make noise, then it's like, okay, he can only move like one square because if he moves more than that, then it would have alerted some people. And, it's like, oh, it's harder, I think. I really do. But it can't be that easy for them when they've got you outgunned. So I think overall it's a nice balance, but I prefer playing as the sniper. I found out, and
Sure.
I, I didn't know how I
That's
would feel
truer
about
to the
that.
video game, right?
Yes, yeah. I mean, if you make noise, man, they're you better not make noise in that game, because they got snipers themselves and they'll hunt you down. So, but yeah, Sniper Elite the board game, super fun. I really really love it. Next,
And that's the
we
one
played
that's
a.
got a ton of expansions and extra content, doesn't it?
It does. I just got a big giant box. I got rid of all of the other boxes, put them all into this nice storage box that they offer, and but there's like three main or there's the main game, and then there's I think three additional expansions plus a small one, and yeah, so there's a lot of content for it, and the game actually plays in about an hour. So it's another nice thing is it plays for people, but the game basically plays in about an hour, and we found that to be true with both our games. We were done We played 2 games in about 2 hours. And so now that we know it, I think it'll go even a little bit quicker. At least set up, and we don't have to do a teach or anything. But our actual gameplay was about an hour, so for each
Okay.
game. Next, we played a kind of a. We were trying to burn some time for the other table to finish their game, so we played Cover Your Assets. It's a cute little card game about trying to protect the assets that you have, and basically you're getting these assets like a speedboat or a building or cars or cash, jewelry, whatnot, and you put them down. But when you get I think it's a pair. All you need is a pair to put down. But then someone else, if they have a card, they can challenge you, so they can put the same card down. And if you don't have another one to protect it, then they steal it. And but once you have another asset on top of that, it protects the one below it. But now your one on top is at risk of being taken by someone else. So it's a real easy, quick card game. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. We also played some more Zombicide, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Time Crash. Did a couple more missions of that. I'm not finding this one as interesting as I did the second edition, kind of the modern, when we did our Washington DC run. That one I found a lot more interesting. This one, and I think everyone's kind of the same. It's more melee focused. There are crossbows and bows and arrows, but and you do get these guards, which are very helpful. So there's some neat additions to the game, but I feel like overall the turtles, there's some abilities that they can do, but I kind of feel like it's just not. It doesn't really feel like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like a pasted on IP to Zombicide, and it just doesn't feel as fun as some of the others, which is a little disappointing. So, but then I also played Mountain Goats Legacy. So my daughter and my mother and I played this weekend, and this is another brand new one. I think this was just released at GenCon as well. And I know, Rob, you're familiar with. I think it's Level X is the original game.
Yep.
That all play basically I don't know, they got the license for it or whatever, rebranded it as Mountain Goats.
Yeah, Level X is what the heck is it? It's a easy play game from
not like a Spiel company or Schmidt.
I'm drawing a blank. Schmidt Spiel.
Schmidt Spiel. I was right. Isn't that a Schmidt game or a Spiel game? Yes, something like that.
Schmidt Spiel. Yeah. Yeah. They came out with these. It's like a series of these very abstract but really fun light games, and there's a whole slew of them. Numeri, Level X. There's a dragon one. And Finito is another one. They're just so much fun, and
so Mountain Goats is the retheming of Level X, and
I think it's a second retheming, isn't it? Wasn't there like a moon one or something?
There's like a moon one, but that is one of those other ones you mentioned.
Oh, that's
I think
Finito.
It's called Moon Leap, which I'm looking at. That was like maybe Numeri.
Yeah.
I think it was a re-implementing of that one.
Yeah.
So
Numeri's the one with, it looks like a bingo card. Numeri's the one where you jump, so that would be the leap one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to Mountain Goats. So they released Mountain Goats a while back, and now they just this year released Mountain Goats Legacy, and so it's still Mountain Goats. You're still playing Mountain Goats, the same game, where you're rolling your dice and picking a combination of the dice to move 2 of your goats up one of the 5 mountaintops to score points. But this one, they call it Legacy. It's not a legacy game. It's more of a campaign game. This is kind of annoying me that these companies are coming out and calling games legacy when they're not legacy games. This is a campaign game. There's like 10 missions, but really there's about 18 or 19 different chapters. Well, there's like 10 chapters. outside of the first chapter, which is like your tutorial, once you get from 2 to 10, then it's like there's two different paths, like two different quote stories that you could go, and whichever one you pick is going to introduce some new way to play the game, something new. So even when you go all the way through, you can start over again and go like pick the other paths to see the other content. So it's kind of set up to have you play through at least twice. And I mean, it plays quick. So it's not like a really long game. Like one round of Mountain Goats is 15 minutes. It's really not anything heavy, but it's a light game. It's a fun game that you can play with anybody. And the legacy stuff so far has been interesting. I do like it so far. We played like three chapters, and we got to, as you have moved, we've added new things in that have altered the game from the original, but still keeping the still same concept, but it's altering how you might now have to play, or how you score things, or you might, so it's I like it a lot. I really think this is a neat. They did a great job with it. All play really knocked this one out of the park. And if I was to play Mountain Goats again, I would want to play the legacy version with some of this stuff in there. And at the end of it, like you can do, I think they call it endless mode. So you can kind of put these things that you're adding in over time. I think my understanding is you can put in what you want and then just play. So you can alter the game as you would like, and just keep playing it. So pretty cool. I like it. Two more games I played last night, actually. One was Architects of the West Kingdom. Now I haven't played all of was it Shem Phillips and these games. The first one I was ever introduced to by these people was Raiders of the North Sea, and I played that several times. I never got into that game, never really cared for it. So I kind of steered clear of these games. But then someone brought Architects of the West Kingdom one night, and I was like, I don't want to play this. I don't like the North Sea. And they're like, well, this is different. And so we played it, and I really like it. Really enjoyed it. So I know someone was running a game of it last night, so I went up there to play it again. Had a really good time playing that one. And then he brought out Viscounts of the West Kingdom. And so we started to play that one. We didn't get to finish it. We ran out of time. But that one we're going to play. He's going to bring it back tomorrow night to our normal game night. And we're going to be playing that. And I really enjoyed that one too. So I was like, okay, maybe there's more to these games that everyone loves that I've just been like, I like the one. I'm going to have to start trying out some more of these. I don't know what you call them, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Yep.
There's like a trilogy. So, and I think the other one in this group is Paladins, I believe. So, but yeah, Architects of the West Kingdom and Viscounts they were both excellent games.
And you know what else is excellent about them? All the boxes are the same size.
Yeah.
I love that. You can just have them all on the shelf.
Yes.
None of this odd size, they don't fit.
So, but that's what I got played.
Okay, very nice. All right. If you'd like to reach out to us, there's a whole bunch of ways that you can do that. You can email us at contact@thisboardgamelife. You can do questions, send us an MP3 recording of yourself, and we'll play it on the show. Just saying. And then you can also make a comment over on any of our videos. We love seeing your comments and thoughts on anything that we post. Also, you can reach out to us over on BGG. The episodes get posted on there. And then also we've got a form on our website as well that you can fill out if you don't want to email. So many options, so many possibilities. All right, on to the news. So a little bit of news today. One of these is a little bit on the old side, but I wanted to bring it in because I think we might have talked about it last time. But I want to talk about it anyway. because we can, because it's our show and we do what we want. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. First up, this was I think this sort of dropped during Gen Con, but longtime gamers might remember back in the day. This is, I believe, pre-COVID. Will Wheaton came out with a TV show, not a TV show, a series on YouTube that was called Tabletop, which was really cool for its time, where he just basically was filmed on a set. They had a board game table, and there were celebrities or people in the scene of whatever you want to call it.
And really high quality too.
Yeah.
Very high quality.
Yeah, they would play a game. He would teach the game, and they would like chit chat and talk. So it was kind of cool. It was very novel for what it was. It only lasted like 2 seasons. And, we've seen some other stuff since then, but it's been almost 10 years since that originally came out. And Felicia Day and Will Wheaton unveiled Conludo as a new project that they will potentially be working on. I don't fully know if it's 100% yet, but we shall see. It's part of a Kickstarter campaign that they have for the guild, Renfared, that is out there. And Felicia Day was actually at GenCon this past weekend. I assume she was promoting her show. I didn't personally see her. One of our buddies did, and gave her a high five, of all things. So, that's kind of cool. So, looking forward to this. If it actually does come to fruition, the first episode of the series is going to be unlocked as a stretch goal of the campaign. So if and when, I didn't check, actually, let me double check right now to see how far they are currently, because I'm imagining this thing's probably getting mucho dinero. Come on, Kickstarter, where the heck are you?
Yeah.
You would think
there would have been a link in the article.
No, not just that, but when you search for the title of the thing, that it would show up as being the first thing. But no, it doesn't.
I found it, and I didn't even spell it correctly.
Substack, Medium.
4.2 million pledged currently.
4.2? Okay.
Yeah. 28,352 backers, 17 days to go.
So when it hits 4.6 million, so it's what, 300,000 away?
Yep.
400,000 away. When it hits 4.6 million in funding, it's going to unlock the first episode, and then additional episodes are unlocked every 100,000. So I would do a series like that for 100,000 an episode. Hey, just saying.
Yeah. Mark's for hire.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Current funding is 4.2 million with 27,000 backers. How about that? But yeah, we'll see how this goes. So you looked it up on Kickstarter?
Yep.
How much time is there left in the campaign?
17 days.
17 days? They could do it. How long's it been going?
Started. I don't know. Doesn't say that I see when it started. Probably in here somewhere.
Yeah.
But
anyway, it's been at least probably a week. We can say that. Anyway, looking forward to checking it out. That'll be pretty cool. It'll be fun to see some new content if it's anything like Tabletop. All right, then next up, what did we have on here? Oh yeah, so this was kind of interesting. I've mentioned before that Ascension is one of my favorite deck building games from back in the day. It was originally Dominion, and then
Yeah,
Ascension
you've
came
never
out.
said such a thing.
Yeah, Ascension came out, and I think overall I probably played more Ascension, just because it was a little different. It had a board, and just how it worked was a little more interesting. Not that Dominion's bad by any means,
Yeah.
but they had recently come out with Anniversary Edition, which was like hella expensive. The just like the base set was like $100, and it was like $400 to get everything.
Wow.
And I decided to pass on that. But Ascension has been continuing the goodness, and they have the Lord of the Rings Ascension, Fellowship of the Ring to be exact.
Yeah, the Lord
It
of
was,
the Ring, the Fellowship of the Ring Ascension.
yes. Yeah, so
11 words in that title.
yeah. So it was originally announced a couple weeks back, but it made its appearance over at GenCon. And so it uses the base Ascension mechanics combined with flavor mechanics specific to Middle Earth. There's also a solo mode and a narrative campaign mode. So that's kind of cool. It'll be interesting to see how the solo mode works and the campaign mode, because previously it was just, like the Minion. You just choose a bunch of cards depending on which expansions you have, and you play and you make the best of it. And there's going to be 3 retail releases for the game line. The first game, The Fellowship of the Ring, is going to hit stores in Q1 of 2028. So it's like 18 months away. The Two Towers is going to arrive in retail in Q2. So we are just at the tail. We're in the beginning of Q3 technically right now, right? So I think
Yes.
July is the month 1 of
We're in the middle of
Q1.
Q3. Well,
Yeah.
it depends, the calendar
Yeah.
quarter or fiscal quarter.
Calendar year. Yeah.
Yeah, we are in Q3 of the calendar year.
And then the third game, The Return of the King, is going to hit stores in Q3. So I'm curious, and I don't know, I might want to dip my toe back into the Ascension world, because I haven't gotten any new Ascension stuff in years. But yeah, I'm definitely curious with this. But it's good to see. Hey, it's always good to see new games come out, right?
Yeah.
New games, new possibilities. And then I'm pretty sure we talked about this before, where Lost Ruins of Arnak came out with the surprise shipment
Yep.
expansion. So that was at Gen Con. It was sold over there. And what I don't remember talking about before was that this was the last expansion for
Yeah, we
Arnak.
mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting. We'll see. We'll see if it's like the artists, the music artists, where they have several last tours.
No more tours.
Yes, no more tours tour. But this was a hot seller, definitely over there. And then lastly, oh man, I clicked off of it.
Oh,
Where is
no.
it? Yes.
Oh, no.
So I've got a little bit of Gen Con news, because that news came out, which is all of the deets on Gen Con and what had happened and so forth. So Gen Con Indy, what would they say? The biggest, bestest days of gaming?
The best 4
Something along
days of
those.
gaming, right? Don't they?
Yeah,
Isn't it the
exactly. Yeah, it drew a record-breaking, sold-out crowd of 74,000 attendees and close to 800 vendors. And it was sold out yet again. At least that's what the sign said, because they had the A-frame signs out on the sidewalk, sold out all 4 days. And yeah, they did a presser today that said, "We are proud to welcome a record setting 74,000 attendees from more than 45 countries this week for GenCon, generating more than 83.5 million in economic impact for our city," said the chief business officer with Visit Indy. Together with the GenCon team, we look forward to continuing the momentum into 2027 and the opportunity to grow the event into expanding Indiana Convention Center, the Indiana Convention Center. And so this is one thing that's going to be probably pretty cool in the next couple of years, where there are extra hotels that are being built. There's some kind of expansion that's being made to the convention center. So hopefully that will make the overall experience better. I know it's kind of mixed initially on like the food options over there, but the way that they've redone things for the food trucks, that's kind of cool now. And a lot of options, good for good or bad, whatever that might be. But it's better for everybody if they expand and it's not as expensive, potentially, with more hotel space being available and more space, the con being spread out more to give people more space to walk through, so it's not as crowded, not as congested and such. So we shall see. I bet next year will probably eclipse 74,000 because, hey, that's what they got to do. Actually, you know how you make 75,000 gamers? Any guess? You just lift the cap. When you do your cap of 74,000 for 2026, you just make the cap 75,000 for 2027. And there you go. That's how it happens. But yeah, that's all that I've got for the news. And let's see here. So, with the news being done and Mark is back, I think, here.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what they were barking at, freaking out about, but I finally was like, okay, I better go check it out. And I saw nothing.
They were pretty loud.
Yeah, sorry, I hit the mute because
yeah,
I should have been quicker, but sorry.
But yeah. So yeah, I just went through the GenCon news. And all right, so let's get on and talk about GenCon. So GenCon 2026 is said and done, right? It started, for all intents and purposes, it started Wednesday last week and then ran through Sunday. I'm sure there was gaming done into Monday. And I'll go through the whole experience for 2026 from kind of start to finish. So, getting out there early in the morning, right? Because the con starts at 10 o'clock officially. That's when they have the running of the gamers.
Nerds.
Right? There's that whole assembly at the doors, and then everybody's kind of like running in there, and they give everybody the pep talk. Be nice, don't trample, no touchy, all that kind of stuff. And the doors were opened, and initially it was a little bit crowded. I'd say out of the entire time that I was there, Thursday morning was probably the most jam-packed. That was the time that I felt was the most congested in the hall. Oddly enough, after that, not so much. And there was a good layout to everything this year. Similar to prior years. You had all the usual cast of characters with their big booths. Asmodee, Fantasy Flight had their big sections. Tabletop Tycoon had a really big section this year as well. In addition to Paizo, Pathfinder, all the RPG places, and I had my list. I had my list of stuff that I wanted to get, and this year, we talked about it on the last show. This year, my list was a lot more subdued.
Hmm.
There was nothing that I'd really say that I had to have. There was stuff that I'd like to have, but no, oh my God, I'm frothing at the mouth. The acquisition disorders fully kicked in. Gotta have it. Throwing my credit card at him from across the room. Give to me now. But yeah, it's I started walking through a couple of the areas, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna start at aisle 100, and I'm gonna do my walkthrough. Normally, what I do is I go and I hit all the stuff that I want early on, and then I start my walkthrough. But here I did my walkthrough early on, and I had my list of the booths that I wanted to hit. So that was actually kind of nice for a change because I didn't feel so hurried, if that makes sense. Because I was always like, oh my gosh, I got to rush over here. I got to go to the Fantasy Flight booth. I got to go to Asmodee. I got to see if I can catch this from Z-Man, which is technically the same. I got to go all the way down to, you get that thing where it's like, oh, I got to go to booth 426. Then I go to booth 2583. Then to 1600. It's like in order of what you want the
Yeah.
most. And then you're just going back and forth, back and forth. Here, I just said, I'm going to go down the first aisle, just go back and forth. And I had my routine. From front to back was all the odd aisles, and then back to front was all the even aisles. That's how I keep track of
Yeah.
which way I'm going, because eventually you hit those booths that are mega wide, double wides, and then that throws you off, and then you don't remember which way you went. But yeah, I did pick up a couple of things along the way. I picked up Night at the Zoo, which we talked about briefly. I picked out Drillers from CGE. Yep, there you go. Drillers from CGE. Let's see what else I got. I don't remember. I got Papyria and what, Dragons of Etchinstone. Is that how it's called?
Yeah,
From
that's
I don't remember. I know it's Etchinstone, but I don't remember if it's Dragons.
It's Dragons. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that one I got upsold because I was like, I'm just gonna get the base game, and they
Good
upsold me on
choice.
the bundle. I got the bundle.
Oh.
But the nice thing is, it was only $35. Winning,
it's not an expensive game.
yeah, it was only like $15, and then each expansion is like 12 or something. Because it's basically like a little
Just a little card game.
It's kind of like, like 20 strong ish. Anyway, yeah, so let's see, did anything like really stand out? FFG had a whole ton of stuff like they normally do. One thing that was a little bit of a disappointment was that I really like the FFG in-flight report. I just like checking it out. It's got the whole big ballroom presentation where they get up on stage and they're like, coming soon, this new Star Wars thing, right? Because it's like all that they do nowadays, right? It's like Star Wars this and Star Wars that. But I've always enjoyed that, probably more so in the past.
Did they do one this year?
I know last year they had like an online one. I don't remember if they had an online one this year. I don't think they did. but they did some announcements.
Oh, okay.
Because there's some Star Wars stuff that came out. But yeah, FFG had a really nice presence. Asmodee was just massive. I always like AEG as well. AEG for me this year, the big highlight for was that they're coming out with a Kickstarter in September, so it's a couple weeks away. It's a new game called Electrify from, oh man, I think it's Phil Walker Harding. Let me double check that. If I can spell electrify.
Spell it with an E.
No, John DeClaire. John DeClaire.
Oh, okay.
So definitely looking forward to that. That's going to be an insta back for me. What can I say? But yeah, they had a big presence. I did see, the other usual players, Chip Theory, the Dice Throne guys were there, of course. There was a little bit of a shift of things, which was kind of interesting. Some of the companies were separated out. There was a little bit of a presence in the Great Hall, which is like Hall CDE, maybe. You know what I'm talking about, right? Those big halls with the tables.
Yes.
So some of the retail slightly went into that, which means that they're kind of running out of space. But let's see. What was I saying? Yeah, I saw them. Tabletop Tycoon had a very large booth, which I was pleasantly surprised. So they had a ton of games. Really nice section. All Play was there, of course. They had their stuff. The Dice Tower crew was manning their booth as usual. And overall, outside of that initial, let's say, 3-hour period on Thursday, the thing that kind of caught me by surprise when I think about it afterwards is that it did not feel super congested, like whatsoever. I mean, there were areas that were kind of gridlocked. Usually it's where you get the aisles with the cross aisles.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about where people are kind of
merging and
merging, bumping into each other, and then you get that one person that is very hesitant to get in front of other people. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh yeah,
it's like the people that are afraid to get on the on-ramp on the highway. Right? It's like the people that, I don't know if you've ever seen it, because I've run into a bunch of times where you get on the ramp and the person stops.
Yeah.
You don't stop. You don't stop, because now that you're stopped, how are you going to get up to 60 in your Prius? You're not. You're not. Now you're a big hazard. But anyway, so it just wasn't, it did not seem super crowded at all. And the after a couple hours over there, we hit the food trucks, and the food trucks were kind of jammed during prime time. There was a little bit of a wait. Even that did not seem as bad as prior years, because I remember before we would just sit there and wait, man.
Yep.
We would just wait like 10, 15 minutes for the food. At least that's what it felt like. But yeah, there was plenty of space to find a spot to eat. The second day, we actually went inside Lucas Oil Stadium and ate at one of the tables over there. That was a little bit nicer because they got napkins and condiments and stuff. And one thing that's kind of a downer is, I know, Mark, in previous years, we always used to go to lunch over at the mall, Circle Center Mall. So that's totally shut down. So the parking garages are open, and that's it. So Both blocks are totally shut down. There's restaurants and stuff that are still open at ground level, but everything else is shut down from up above. So that's kind of a bummer because that was always an easy lunch with plenty of options. And let's see, after the first full day, like we closed out the hall, and then we elected to just go back to our friend's house and do some gaming over there. So that was nice because in previous years too, we'd always go into the big hall and then, try to find a table.
Yeah.
And then you eventually get kicked. You have to find another place.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually you find the double wide tables because now you feel like you're having dinner at the rich people's house, where they're in that big long table,
Yeah.
like the 50-foot long table, and you're eating on opposite sides and kind of shouting to each other. So yeah, we elected to whatever, we skipped that, and we went back to the house to play. So that was kind of nice. On day 2, we went back, hit it early, and this is where just took some more time, went through various things. This is where I picked up Drillers on day 2 because Drillers was the toughest one for me to get. It's the one that I kind of wanted. It's the CGE release for this year. It's their big game release because I think last year was SETI, wasn't it? Or was that the year
No,
before?
that was the year before.
Would they release last year?
Well, Space Agency's expansion. They did a bunch of code names. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, no, they had.
Oh, they had the. Didn't they have the?
No, Wispwood was Essen. Was later.
What's the thing? SETI was
2 years ago because that's when you went.
It was also an Essen. They do all their Essen releases.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so Drillers was their big release for GenCon, and the line was massive to get into the CGE store. It was a couple hundred people at least. So I walked by multiple times during the day. Every time I was like, heck no, that ain't gonna happen. I'm not waiting in that line. And so actually that happened a couple of times on Monday, and then also on Tuesday, and then Tuesday afternoon I walked by it again, and there was maybe 20, 30 people. So I got in line, and I did get my copy. So
cool.
Yay. But
did you buy the upgrades?
Almost. I was thinking about it, and they do look really cool. Normally, I'm a big no for money. I stopped buying money a long time ago, or the upgraded coins, rather. I'm giving good money for fake money.
Yeah.
Okay. But the coins did look kind of interesting, but when I got up there, they were sold out. So
yeah,
the lady that was helping me was telling me that, oh, you can get them online. Stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Whew, close one. Because the game's $60.
Yeah.
And the coins were 40.
Yeah.
So
they are sold out online right now. So
yeah, I'm sure
the CG site.
Yeah, because that's so. If you think about it, if you have a print run of, let's say, 10,000 games, how many upgraded coins do you do?
Yeah.
Do you do half? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably a lot less. And then what the
Probably
demand
10%.
Yeah, if that even, yeah. But I'm sure it's good margin on that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did pick that up, and even though the line was long, there was quite a few people that were buying Arnak. They were buying Arnak and code names. I just assumed that everybody that was waiting in the line would really be going in there and trying to get drillers, but that wasn't the case. And yeah, so by the end of day 2, pretty much everything in the big hall was done at least twice. And then we always go to the AEG big game night. That is one of the highlights, I think, for me for Friday. I really enjoy big game night. Been going to it for years, and thankfully I did have a ticket this year. That was a close one, but big game night this year, because Mark, we've gone to it twice, right?
Yeah.
Or just once?
No, we went both times.
Twice, yeah. So big game night.
I've been there. I've only been there twice.
Yeah. It's
okay.
Yeah,
first I don't know why I thought I was there for. Thought I was there for 3 years, but I guess this would have been my 3rd year, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the big game night entry, normally everybody queues up. So it's in the stadium. It's in the stadium in one of the, I don't know what you would call it, this big like event room that they have, meeting room maybe. It's 2 floors. It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice part of the stadium. I mean, the whole stadium is pretty nice, but it's in this big event room, and everybody lines up in the hallway outside. And I remember in previous years, it seemed like we were just out there forever waiting. And I think some of that had to do with just getting the tickets, but or trying to beg our way in. Like, hey, we're in this board game life. Who? And they're like, oh, it's Rob. And who's that other guy? I don't know. I found him.
I'm the trusty sidekick.
Yeah, I found him. Decided to keep him. But and so everybody lines up out there, and it just seems like it just takes forever to get in. And this time it was so fast. They did such a nice job because they weren't using tickets. They were just scanning badges. So
about time.
Thankfully, the online virtual tickets, about time, GenCon. That paper stuff was just such a pain. Because like you have to go and you have to wait in line at will call and get your ticket. And then they're sitting there looking at your ID.
Is that really you?
Yeah. And they won't let you pick up tickets for anybody else, which is annoying.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we got in, and this year we had 4 games. One was Jumble Jack. Then we did Assemble and Honey Pot. And the 4th one was Word Hype. So of those games, Honey Pot I enjoyed. It's a good game. So actually, everything that we played, we got. So
Honey Pot's brand new too.
Yeah, if you're unaware, what happens is you get a ticket, you go to big game night, and then there you play usually 4 games. It's from 8 p.m. Friday until midnight. So it's a 4-hour block of time. And then everybody sits at the tables in tables of 4. This time it was tables of 6. No, tables of 8, actually. So they had.
Yeah, I think they're usually tables of 8, and there were 2 games going on at 2 separate groups on each table.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they have a volunteer in an AEG shirt that basically teaches you the game, helps you through the game, kind of like GMs the whole thing. And our guy was pretty cool. He was really nice, and he taught us the games, and we played it. Jumble Jack was the first one. This one was kind of a funky game. It had this voodoo doll looking thing which had magnetically attached cape, hand hook, sword, and hat, I think. Yeah. And the whole gist was everybody got a card. So you had your little pirate doll that had a certain combo of this clothing, and like you might have had all four, or you might have had none of them, or some combination of them. And the gist is basically it's a 4 to 8 player game. The gist is basically you have to try to figure out who looks like the doll at the current state, and you can either add or remove one thing. So it's kind of like one of those deduction games, and what you do every turn is there's these cards on the table, like there's a sword card. Front side is the sword, the back side is the like a symbol of like no sword. So you have to put down, it's like, do I have a sword, do I not have a sword? So you can't lie in that aspect. And it was just okay. I don't really, those kind of games aren't my thing. The voodoo doll looking pirate dude, it's kind of cool. I like the little magnetic attachment thing, but the game's not my thing. Assemble was a set collection superhero game, really small little package. It's fine. It's nice. I wouldn't say it's anything remarkable, but it's okay. Honeypot, I enjoyed. It was a B game set collection. I'd say that was probably the best of the bunch. And then the word hype, that's kind of like a codenames ish spin on a game where you have to think of, there's like a couple words on the table and you pick this word, and then you have to think of something that associates with all of them, and everybody has to guess. So it's kind of like a charades word guessing game where like I'll think of a word, and then based on what you see, like Mark, you'll be trying to guess the word, and I can do anything but say the word. So I can like go, yeah, like that, more, along those lines, or I can point to something to try to get you to guess that word. But it's that's another one that's not my thing. So Honey Pot was a shiny penny. That one's good. That one's good. And it's same size as like the Propolis, or the, what was the space game last year? Space word get no Point Galaxy.
Oh, Point Galaxy.
Yeah.
Point Salads and
Yeah, it's around the same size. And now that I think about it, it might actually be done by one of them. Let me see. By Joseph Chen. I don't remember if he's one of the flat out guys. And the thing that AEG does is the dudes are usually not the dudes. The designers are usually walking around. So the designer actually came over by our table briefly. This is the game right here. You can see that. It's kind of neat.
oh. Yeah, he did Fantastic Factories.
Yeah.
Frenzy Falls, Grunt Work, and Honeypot. So that's his.
And yeah, it does say flat out. AEG flat out on the back. So yeah, that was the end of the thing for AEG. And what was interesting was that the whole thing, I mean, we're pretty much done at 10 o'clock. So I know last year we had the birthday event on Thursday.
Yeah.
We stayed there until like midnight. And then, so if you think about it, that's a 14-hour day, right?
Yep.
And we did 2 of those last year. So that's probably why we were so beat by the end of Friday. And so we were out of there at 10 o'clock, and Heck, I think we're back at the house probably by 11.
Nice.
Maybe a little bit later. And then we decided to play games on Saturday. So um, that was large. I mean, one of us actually did go back for some events, but Franco and I didn't. We did some gaming.
Yeah.
And Saturday was remarkable from the standpoint of that was the bad weather day. I'm
Yeah.
sure everybody's seen Indianapolis had the tornado sirens going off. There was a lot of rain, man. That was pretty bad there for a while. But yeah, there was a lot of leaking in the ceilings, both in the stadium and the convention hall. They told everybody to kind of, get away from the windows. I think they booted everybody out of the main area in the stadium during that time. So that was a little bit on the crazy side. Definitely something to remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was it for Gen Con. Overall, it was nice. I want to say that I learned a couple of things that is going to help me optimize future years. I'm not
Oh
going to
yeah.
share them. I'm not going to share them on video because, if you let it out and everybody knows, then it's no
Yep.
longer an optimizer
That's right.
if everybody's doing it. So, yeah, but overall, it was a good year. It was very light. My wallet wasn't, flopping around on the floor in anguish, which is good. I don't think I don't think I spent $200,
Wow. You
which
spent
is
more in
amazing.
gas to get there than you did there.
You're not wrong.
Did you find
I spent
anything at that first store that you went to the night you arrived?
Oh yeah, I stopped at the game preserve. No,
Yeah.
no,
Nothing.
I
Okay.
no, I just kind of looked through. They didn't really have anything new, and one thing that I did prior to heading down there is I looked through a bunch of the game stores, miniature market, card house, and all those, and I was just looking through. I'm like, is there anything that I'm looking for that I can just order?
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't really see anything. And Game Preserve really didn't have anything. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we went to the room that had the auction stuff.
Yeah.
So there's the separate area that's got all of the, I don't know what you would call it, the old games, consignment
Yeah.
games, something like
Consignment.
that. They had that in the auction, and there was a ton of good stuff. Oh, I remember the other game I played was Castles of Burgundy.
Oh.
That's right. That's right. And because our friend was looking for Castles of Burgundy, he was curious about it, and he was interested in getting Castles of Burgundy there to decide if he wants to get the special edition or not, because
Ah.
he's only played it once 2 years ago when we played it at Gen Con.
Such a good game.
But yeah, even over there, I saw a bunch of stuff. Man, it was like going through a time machine, man. Because I remember there's like so many games that I saw that I remember seeing at the game stores over the years. Because
Yeah.
I used to I used to go through the game stores and just browse, right? Because that was my therapy. Do you know what I'm talking about? You just go
Oh.
there and you browse, and then you pull the box off and you look at it and you put it back. It's not necessarily even that you want to buy it, but it's like window shopping, and it's therapeutic in some way. Um, Not necessarily therapeutic to the wallet when you buy
No.
something, but hey, different story.
Yep.
But
You
Yeah,
see a
we were
different
looking.
therapist for that one.
Yeah. But yeah, our friend bought a whole bunch of stuff, man. He bought probably like 6 games, 7 games. I bought nothing.
Yeah.
There were a couple of things that I was kind of like, oh, this would be nice, but and that was interesting too, because there were some games that at one point I wanted, but the FOMO has passed on it.
Yeah.
That ship has sailed, and
Hmm.
and I'm fine not having it. And there wasn't anything there that was that game that got away, right? That game that you wanted, that you were never able to find, that's out of print.
Yeah.
I mean, all of that stuff was probably an auction. And I didn't watch the auction. There was something that sold for a couple $100. I don't remember what it was. But it was, I just remember hearing them say like $3.95 sold. It's like, wow. But and some of the stuff, even in the consignment area, 10-year-old game that is meh for $30. I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah.
And you never know. You never know
You
if
go
it's
back
complete.
the next day and it'll be cheaper.
That's right. Take the risk.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were looking
Wait
for.
till Sunday, man. That's what you should do
Yeah,
on Sunday now is go to
yeah,
the consignment section and see, because that's the cheapest day for them.
yeah. What you got to do is you got to take the game and you got to hide it somewhere.
Yeah.
Hide it somewhere,
Yeah.
and hope nobody picks it up, because we looked through there. He was looking for Castles of Burgundy. There was only one copy that we could find, and
Yeah.
that was, I found it by like pure luck.
There's so many games there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like looking at the shelves of Goodwill or Salvation Army, right? Just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
But at some point all those things were good for us. But yeah, so I saw that you had some stuff.
I think you addressed it. You addressed it pretty much, though. So you talked about the people. So one of the things that I saw, so I was watching videos, trying to live vicariously through YouTube, and I noticed it too on the videos. That was one of the first things I noticed. You talked about how they had 74,000 people there, and you said that after that
more
first,
than before,
yeah, it's the most they've had, and you even stated after the later on the first day that it didn't feel, those aisles didn't feel jam packed. And I remember from the last 2 years, man, it was every day. It was just like, even up to the end of the night, right before 6 o'clock when the retail closed, it's just like you're bunched in and fighting to get a space and trying to move. And I was on one of the videos I watched. This couple was recording. It was 4:30 p.m. on Thursday,
right?
Yeah, on the first day. And he made a comment, and it was an hour and a half video, and they just kind of went up and down the aisles, and they were going to try to get up and down through the whole retail space before they closed at 6. And the guy made a comment about, like, right off the bat, like, well, it's not as busy because it's 4:30 in the afternoon. And I'm thinking, but it's day one. And I'm like, this was always crowded. I actually even was like, am I on the right year? And I had to go look. Yeah. I was like, maybe I clicked on a video from 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
No, it was this year. And I'm just like, there is so much space. I'm like, where are all the people? And so, and then I asked you about it, and you were like, yeah, it seems like there's a lot more space to move around. And here he goes, just going to bark again.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and now I hear that's like the largest crowd they've ever had. I'm beginning to kind of question that, because from what I saw, it looked as if it was a much lighter year than previous.
Well, so the thing that I wonder about, like, so I go to music festivals, these like ridiculous music festivals with hundreds of thousands of people. And the music festivals implement crowd management where they kind of move everything around to like make paths for people to walk, to kind of fix gridlock, to fix choke points, and things that are problems in previous years. And in one of the ones that I go to, it was a night and day difference once they implemented that. Basically the same footprint, they move things around and it's so much easier to get around. I really wonder if they did that, because I know they expanded some stuff
Hmm.
um, into some of the surrounding areas, but surprising. I mean, surrounding hotels and spaces, but it doesn't make sense that the retail space wasn't as jammed because there's only one main retail space. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, and even you made a comment about kind of spilling out into the event halls, but they've done that a little bit too last year or two.
Yeah, more so
But
this year. Yeah.
still, that can't be enough to make as much room as I saw as this guy's just freely walking down the aisles. And when you had those merges, which were always the worst, you're always fighting to get through there. There was nobody. He just like walked right across. There was like a couple of people. That was it. And I'm like, where are all the people? It just didn't look like Gen Con. I was like, well, maybe he's there. Like, was he there the day before when it was like the VIP thing, or is it after hours? It didn't look right, which
Yeah.
I found interesting. So kind of like, dang, I wish I was there because it looks like there's actually space to move around.
Hmm.
So, well,
And
maybe probably what you said. They probably have, implemented some stuff, and who knows? But
now
it does seem
another,
weird in the retail space.
the one thing I could add probably is that if it's so this year I did not have any huge thing that I really wanted. Unlike previous years, every other year I had a list of a couple of things that I had to have. Again,
Right.
you know, foaming at the mouth, just running in there, got to get it, right?
Yeah.
Waiting in the lines. I didn't have that this year. Maybe that's other people's experience too. Now, on the flip side, on Facebook, on some of the game groups, did you see some of the hall pictures
Yeah.
that they had on
Yeah.
there? There was one. I have never had a hall that big. I think it was a couple that got probably 30 games, maybe more. I didn't count them. I'm like, man, it's a lot of games. And I was just thinking,
You remember my first year there, right?
yeah,
I had to buy two large suitcases
but
to
I'm,
fill them with just games.
yeah. And, it just, actually, I did think of you when I saw that. But, yeah, I was just thinking to myself, like, how do you carry all that? Just, you have to drop it off somewhere.
Yeah. Well, they have
But by the,
that service there now at Gen Con where you can
yeah.
buy stuff and go check it in and then just go back and check it out later. So you're not carrying it
Yeah.
around the hall all day.
Hmm. Yep.
So,
And there is a $15 surcharge just for touching a package at the business center at the convention center, by the way. So if you want to ship something, it's $15 just to process, just to
yeah.
do that
They got to
on
make
top
money
of
somehow.
whatever, yeah, on top of whatever your shipping cost
Yeah.
is. But yeah, I really wonder if maybe most of the people just didn't have anything that they really had to have and they were just milling around, or maybe they stayed out of there. or maybe, people kind of just waited.
Yeah.
But
It
then
definitely
again,
felt different from the
yeah,
video.
the biggest line that I saw was the CGE line, and that was in a different space. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was
All right.
outside.
So I think you answered this one already, but what I said, what was your favorite thing this year at Gen Con? I know you kind of talked about AEG Big Game Nate's kind of like your
Yeah.
always your big thing, but so outside of that, was there anything this year that you that stuck out different that you're like, hey, maybe you enjoyed that as a highlight of this year?
Um, no, not really. I mean, I know I mentioned this before. It was a little different this year because you didn't go. So the whole thing felt off in a way, kind of like something's not right. This is
Yeah.
where we get sappy, folks. So, just it sort of reminded me of, I don't know when it was. It was probably like 10 years ago. There was one year that I actually went there by myself, and I left Chicago at 4:30 in the morning, and I drove down to Gen Con.
Yeah.
I got there just before open, and I stayed there the entire day. And then I think I went to AEG Big Game Night, but it was by myself, like on Friday. And then after that, I got out of there and I drove home.
Ugh.
And yeah, it reminded me of that, where I was just basically just walking around. And the thing is, when it was it was more like cut and dry, down to business, I think, because I didn't take my time with anything. I just kind of blasted through the exhibit hall, because I went through most of the hall the first day. I was done by 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
just going through stuff. And yeah, I'd say the thing that I felt the most was that you weren't there. And
Oh
outside
man.
of that, yeah, outside of that, I did like the AEG event as
Yeah.
always.
And you got the game with Franco, so
Yeah,
that's
no, that was
awesome.
good.
I,
Yeah,
I
it
miss
was.
seeing him and his family and miss seeing
Yeah,
you.
they're they're
So
they're they're so great.
I'm hoping that next year I can get back there.
Yeah,
So all right, so
and
my next
okay, go ahead.
oh did you see any celebrities or what we would call, celebrities like gaming celebrities? You mentioned the Dice
I
Tower
saw
booth.
myself in the mirror.
Okay, well
Uh,
that's one.
no, I saw the usual cast of characters. Um, I saw the Dice Tower. I walked by the Dice Tower booth. Saw them in particular. I remember Joey. Don't remember much of anybody else. I saw Rodney. I usually see him. Um, there's a bunch of others that I typically see every year. I did not see them.
Yeah.
Like, well, my screensaver kicked in.
Mhm.
Like I usually see Undead Viking, a couple of the old timers. I don't. Maybe they didn't go. I don't know. But AEG was done by Ruel, I think is his name. He's on the Rado network, part of the R&R show.
Mhm.
So he kind of emceed the AEG thing. And Franco saw Felicia Day.
Okay.
Outside of that, I really didn't see anybody.
No. All right. And then last thing, you kind of touched on this, but um, I remember the first year I was there that we had a tornado while we were at Gen Con. I remember the sirens going off and us sitting in that big event hall at those
Mm-hmm.
big tables, like playing games, and just hearing the rain coming down.
Yeah.
Well, I saw videos of that rain came into the event hall this year,
Yeah, it
and
was raining
they were having
down.
to move they had games they had to shut down and booths they had to very rapidly move. But I guess were gone at that time already. Were you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
already
we
back
were.
at Franco's house?
Yeah, we were at his house when it happened. Yeah, it rained a lot, a lot.
Oh, so I think they need to move that somewhere else, like Seattle, where they don't get
Yeah,
tornadoes,
there you go.
and it's not as hot. They should. I'm gonna have to petition them.
Yeah,
So, but no, that was yeah. I think yeah, you covered everything else. I was just. It was really fun to hear, your experience of the things you saw and just kind of going through it. And wish I had been there. Just wasn't in the cards this year. And
and I would say
so
out of the years that you can pick to not go, it's probably a good one.
yeah, I remember even going through that list before Gen Con. I'm like, they're really. I had a list of like what 5 things, and I think one of them
Yeah.
wasn't even for sale. It was just a demo. So, and the things I have actually ordered anyway. So,
Hmm.
Night at the Zoo showed up today. Um, the um, the Star Trek Captain Sonar game is going to be here. It's on. It's already on the way. Drillers, I don't think I'll get till much later. I don't think because I think the retail place or the online store I ordered it from, I think they listed it as
Probably still,
September.
probably still pre-order. Yeah.
So I don't know when that one will show up, but I'm really looking forward to Drillers. But yeah,
Hmm.
not I don't feel like I really missed out other than hanging out with you and Franco.
Yeah.
That was really what I missed. And it is fun to walk through that retail hall. I do like going into the CG room, some of those offshoots. And I think next year, if I can go, I'm going to try. I want to try to maybe like I'll say this too. You mentioned it, not having to go and run here and there to get this and get that. Just going through, you enjoyed it more. And I remember last year on our first day, we did our split. We both kind of went after a couple things, and then we met. I don't know, hour or two
I
later.
think for lunch or yeah.
But then after that, we just hung out and we just kind
Hmm.
of cruised. That's all we did. We just like went up and down the aisles. And I remember us talking about that last year about how much more enjoyable it was just to walk around without like having to feel like I got to go get this. I got to go get this because it was just so much more enjoyable just to like walk around and see what's there.
Right.
And I think next time I would like to do, you know, more of that again. Just kind
Hmm.
of like, you know what? If I see the game, yeah, I'm going to have a list. Here's some things I'd like, but I don't want to run after them. It's more of like, well, if it's available whenever I get to their booth, then I'll pick it up. If it's not, oh
Yeah.
well, I'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. But I'd like to go and maybe look a little bit more at some of the like Artist Alley. And there's things I've never seen at Gen Con that are in other buildings. Like I've
Hmm.
never even been into some of those buildings. I really would like to go to the consignment again. I actually wouldn't even mind sitting in on the auction for a while just to see what, I think watching it, seeing what kind of games comes up. Maybe I don't know if there's a way to find out ahead of time what's going to be in
Like
the
what's on the
auction.
docket? Yeah.
Yeah, like, what is coming up? Is there something? Because then it would be fun to go in and maybe try to get something like, you know, something like a goat game, but that is just out of print. So, but yeah, and then just maybe like again going for like maybe 2 days and then spending the rest of the time just like we did. I think we did that last year. We spent that Saturday just gaming at Franco's house, and that was fun. I really enjoy that. It's so yeah, that's kind of what I would hope for next year is
Yeah.
to just kind of hang out with my buddies and
Yeah.
just let's
You,
see
you
what's
know, I
here.
think
And
yeah, I think you bring up an interesting point where like starting with the running of the nerds on Thursday and then the finale is big game night.
yeah,
That's the that's like the 2-day experience because I mean we really don't do the events. Like
Yeah, I don't sign up
50,000
for the
events.
learning. Yeah.
I don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
So
But yeah, outside of that, and I mean, we kind of discovered this last year, maybe the year before, where it's so much better to play at Franco's house
yeah.
than it is to be shouting in the big hall. What?
Yes.
What? Oh,
Hey.
we got to move. All right, we'll just end the game here, and you throw everything back in the box.
Yeah. So
And then somebody's got to go to the concession area to get food, or because they're thirsty,
yeah,
and they're
that's
gone
that's
for half an
another hour.
hour.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So if you're just somewhere else, you could go to the refrigerator and grab something.
yes,
Hey Franco, I'm
exactly.
grabbing a Coke. Thank you. What can I
Yeah,
get for you? And you're back at the table 30 seconds later,
exactly.
and it wasn't a $20 Coke.
Mhm.
So, but
But yeah, speaking of food, the the prices on the food was about the same. I was wondering if
expensive
it was gonna. Yeah, it's
to be expected, though.
okay. It's okay. I'm not a huge fan of food trucks. I might have mentioned this in previous years.
Yeah, you mentioned it. You told us a story
I'm
last year. I'm like, you
never
need to get
eating.
over that, man.
I had a bad experience with that pierogi truck.
So
Never again.
you don't go to that truck, you go to others.
Never again. I
There's
didn't
some
see
really
it
good
this
food.
year. You know what I
So,
didn't see is Harry and Izzy's.
oh yeah,
I was looking forward to that because we ate there last 2 years, right?
yeah,
We had the burgers and the tots.
it's good. They're good.
Yeah. Mhm.
All
But
right.
yeah, so yeah, I think it's about it. So another Gen Con is in the can.
Yeah.
And I
Did you
think that's
crowdfund
about it.
anything in the last 2 weeks?
Yes, I did.
Because I didn't. I was good.
Oh man.
Except I got a stack of stuff here I still have to do unboxings on because I
I know,
still spent
right?
money. Oh,
Yeah, I uh I don't remember the name of it. It is from Postmark Games, Reroll the World, and Master of Coin. So Master of Coin that just closed this weekend or this week, yesterday, I don't remember. So Postmark Games print and play
oh, okay.
um, game company. They did that Squiggle Gum
Oh,
game.
yeah, that was
Remember
great.
that? By Phil Walker Harding. So they did Master of Coin, which is €5, or no, $6. It's six.
Okay.
That's the thing that I like about these. They're reasonable.
Yeah,
$5.
affordable.
You print them when you want to play. They don't take up any shelf space, and they're decent. So Master of Coin, you use real coins to play it, which may or may not be easy to do nowadays, especially with pennies,
Go get the pennies before
right?
they're all gone.
Exactly. Yeah. Is that something you should do? Like get a roll of pennies, for the grandkids or something? I don't know. Like here,
It might,
when I was your age, we had pennies.
I don't know. I mean, they're everywhere, so I don't think they'd ever be
Yeah.
of value. But
Yeah.
maybe some in a proof set or something that
Mhm.
those might someday be valuable, but probably not
Yeah.
for many generations.
Yep.
So
But yeah, yeah. So they had that, and then they just launched a new one called Reroll the World. So that one was a little bit more. I think that one cost $10 to get everything. That's like a little space game.
re-roll the world or re-roll world.
Reroll of the world.
Of the
The
world.
future isn't discovered, it's designed. That's the tag on it. And the cool thing about these two is that generally, maybe not always, but generally the campaign runs its course. Like this Reroll the World, this is brand new. It just launched, and this is going how much longer? I have no idea. Doesn't it say somewhere in here? 12 days to go. 36 backers. Okay.
I can't find. Is that on Kickstarter?
Yeah, it is.
I don't even find it.
Reroll, one word, the world.
Now you told me it was reroll of the world.
No.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what you heard. That's not what I.
That's what you said.
Nope.
There it is. Reroll the world.
Reroll the world. Roll and write the future. You imagine. Now, but the cool thing about these is that the campaign runs its course. Like this had a goal of $115. So they already 4 times there with 36 backers. 12 days to go. The campaign finishes. A couple days go by for them to process the money because Kickstarter's got to get their cut. I don't remember if they still use Stripe or whatever to process the money. I think that changed. But once they get the money, then they just give you the files.
Yeah.
And then you get it pretty quick. So, all right. Yeah, that's all that I did. And my monitor's about to do a screen optimization. So
yeah,
it's gonna go dark on me in a second.
Okay. All right.
I hate this feature so much. It happens in the middle of meetings, man, while I'm working. It takes 10 minutes.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
So, all right. We'll lead us out of here.
All right. So thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll catch you all in 2 weeks. My name's Rob, and we'll be here back soon.
That's the game for today. Thanks for playing.